This is Reentry 101, where I cover the basic fundamentals of reentry, and I'm going to give it to you real. I remember when I was doing a stretch, I was doing some years in prison, and I sit in my cell and I used to watch people leave and they come back. Leave and come back. And I used to see this over and over. And I used to sit in my cell and tell myself, that ain't gonna never be me. That ain't gonna be me. Once I get the opportunity to get out, I'm staying out. I hate it here. But the whole time I'm telling myself that and I'm watching them leave and come back, all I'm doing with my time during this bid is playing basketball, sitting on the yard smoking blacks, jeffing with the homies, talking about which rapper got the most money, who rapped the best, which female looked good in the King magazine. And yeah, I'm back in that. I did time back then in the King magazine. Yeah, but that's all I did. So once I got out, I came right back. And the reason why is because just like everybody else that's in prison, that was in prison right now, and when I was locked up, they ready to get out. I was ready to get out. Everybody's ready to get out of prison. But I wasn't ready to get out. And when I got out, I wasn't ready. And what I mean by ready is I wasn't prepared. You see, I was ready. Everybody's ready to get out on that sense, but I wasn't prepared. And going out there unprepared and then getting out and not preparing yourself, one-way ticket right back. One-way ticket right back. And what you got to do to get prepared is you got to figure out what it is that you want to accomplish. That's one thing. You got to figure out the person that you want to be. And that's another thing. Then you got to figure out the obstacles you're going to face and how you're going to deal with them mentally. Because being prepared is not just a physical thing, it's a mental thing and emotional thing as well. So once you make that first list of things you want to accomplish, you need to start putting the road to each one of those things and figure out how you're going to accomplish, what ways and what things you got to do to accomplish that. Then you see that second column, who you want to be. You got to start fulfilling the characteristics of that person that you want to be. And you got to start to add them to yourself if you don't already have them. And then last, the mental preparedness, the obstacles, you got to figure out what are your weaknesses once you get out. What are your weaknesses? Then you got to figure out how are you going to overcome them. What's the solution when you run into that weakness or when you run into that problem? What's the solution? So that way, you already have a solution if the problem occurs, and you won't be mentally wrestling with that solution and draining your energy. Being prepared. Are you ready? Because this is what Reentry 101 is all about. Preparing you for a strong transition and a successful reentry back into society. And what I mean by successful, I mean not just walking down your probation and parole. I'm talking about never coming back to prison again or never going back to prison again, because that's what it's really all about. Never going back. Reentry 101.